Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the Art Review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of Shawn Lin here on the Instagram site. Now, I did find their work first via Pinterest, I believe, and then it linked to their ArtStation page over here. Now, I know they have like quite a bit of art styles that they can do, but what got me to sort of check out their work in the first place was, I think this piece, well, not this one, this piece. Like, it has such a unique look. First of all, the noise is so, the noise texture is very like apparent. Let me find another piece that kind of has the same vibe. This one. Oh, you can't zoom in. That sucks. But even at this view, you can still see that noise texture. Like, it's very grainy. And you combine that with the grayscale sort of vibe, it looks really cool. And I do think they add a bit of an RGB shift effect in the end. But it just looks so iconic. And even though it has like the grain effect and the RGB shift effect, it still looks painted, which I do like. It has that manual look to it. So that's very impressive to me. So in the past work, they were a lot more focused on the grayscale kind of effect, where it had a lot of noise, right? Kind of like this. Maybe it's sharpened as well. And there's always some kind of RGB shift effect happening, right? Some doodles. Reminds me a little bit of Anthony Jones. Some of his sketches, anyway. Pretty cool. Are there more sketches here? I do think there's more. Images. Ooh. Very painterly, very charcoal-esque. Nice. And yeah. So even though this is what got me into the work, I'm even more, well, not even more, but I'm also impressed. With their other styles, kind of like, wait, let me see this first, right? Grayscale, very high noise texture, RGB shift effect. I think it's a good combination. And it looks very unique. Like, I don't know an artist who has this kind of style. But yeah, aside from this, they also have this sort of, like, this is the kind of style I was referring to in past episodes. It's kind of like a game art style. Because if it's not like the smooth kind of rendering that you see from splash art, like other kinds of splash art, they're more like this, where it's cell shaded, right? And if I zoom in here, like, you can actually see like, you don't see as much smooth rendering, meaning you can see this shape clearly, this shape clearly, this shape clearly, this whole shape clearly. And I think in past episodes, I called it the cutout filter effect, or the cutout style, basically referring to the default. It's a default filter in Photoshop where you can add this filter to any photo and sort of creates this cutout effect of your images. It in a way kind of makes it look collage-esque, you know? So I do see this a lot in game art, aside from the more smooth types of paintings. And yeah, looks cool. Let me just go back, because I think they also have like an example of a smooth kind of rendering. Not this one. Oh, I think it's this guy. Look at how smooth the rendering gets. This is kind of the opposite end. I think this is way more common for splash art, like this kind of rendering style. Like, think Sakimi-chan, and those types of artists. Like, they go in deep. Like, you see a lot more soft, subtle gradations, and less harsh or abrupt shapes like this. Both are cool. Both are cool. But yeah, let me just zoom in to wait, this is the grayscale with the noise texture style. I want to see this. Let me zoom in. Ooh, look at that. So when it comes to this style, it's a bit different. It's not smoothly rendered. It's not like the cutout style. It's not the grayscale style with the high noise or grain effect. The only noise or grain area here is the actual background, but for the subject itself, this mecha and this female character over here, you actually see some inks. Like it's not meant to be just part of the original drawing where you have to paint over it eventually. It's actually part of the final illustration. So it's kind of a mixed media thing or style where there are some inks, but the rendering is like there's some noise texture here and there, but it's not that strong. I think it's a more painted style a little bit. Although the paint strokes themselves are not as apparent to me. But you can tell it has a little more softness to it. Let me find another one that may have the same style. By the way, I'm sorry if my mic peaked. I'm not sure if you heard that, but I think it peaked for a second there. My bad. How about this guy? Now this one doesn't even have some lines. It's all just shape. Now this one is more obviously like a pure cutout filter thing. Very similar to this. Oh, wait, this one does have some inks. Like some black lines. Compare this to this guy, there's nothing. Yeah, I think this is the more closely a good example of the cutout kind of style. Just because it's you don't actually see line work, it's just all shape. Okay, maybe this one is a good example of it has a rendering, but wow. Like the inks themselves look kind of sketchy, right? But why does it look so high quality from afar? Like it looks really highly rendered while still keeping some of those inks. Okay. Uh, some of the inks are more apparent here, but as you go further back, it does change. It gets lighter because of the effects. Oh, okay, so it's not pure black, even though it's drawn in black. They eventually have to adjust it. So the only thing where the black remains, where it's still a pure black, is going to be here, where the focal point is. But everywhere else, they do tone it down with some kind of soft brush or some kind of gradient. But the line work is still there and clear, right? Oh, okay. Focus on the line work here. Look at how it's not even that like super smooth. It has a bit of that sketchy nature to it, but it looks so like you can't notice it from afar. Very cool. Like same thing here. Let me find more images. Wait, let me drink some water because I'm so thirsty. Jesus. You know, right now I can actually feel some mouth sores in my mouth. And it's not a good feeling, guys. Let's see this. Okay, taking a while to load. Oh, look at this. Chad. Zaddy. Um Okay, here we see some inks without the color. So these are more like preliminary sketches maybe. Or character explorations. Pretty cool. I would recommend the work. Let me just bring up my notepad here. Notepad. I would recommend the work of WenXu Xu. Maybe Nips. She has a weird name, Nips. I'm trying to look for artists who have, like, who can color their work well, but they have like solid line work, kind of in this style. Pixmilk. Hopefully, I'm remembering the name right. Pixmilk, something. Pixmilk. Pixmilk. Uh, Kizerilla is another guy. Kizerilla. I'm sure there's more, but let me just zoom in on these. Christ, look at that guy. Oh, Zaddy. I can't. Is that the daughter or something? Or maybe a really short woman, a tiny woman with some hand wings. Is that boba tea? It looks like boba tea. Oh no. Oh shit, what happened to her mouth? She has like teeth on the outside. Oh my god. This guy's knuckles, or not knuckles, but it's kind of on top of their knuckles. It has like guns or cannons in it. Pretty cool. Okay, they're kind of like angels or something, right? Well, I love the background. It looks so like retro with the noise, or vintage with the noise filter, right? Same thing for that car. Super dynamic. You will see this a lot, this sort of pulling of the anatomy in this kind of way with WenXu Xu. But again, look at the rendering. Look at how it's broken down into like gradations, right? You don't see a lot of smooth uh sort of blending, right? It's all just harsh or abrupt or shapely. Look at that. And again, for this style, it does have inks in the end, right? And I think, look at how the inks in the back are more, they're not pure black. They've been adjusted to make it a bit more green, dark green. Basically, it helps to set things back, because if every area has like black ink, it's kind of hard to, uh, it can sort of add too much noise, or it can add too much clutter. So the focal point is harder to see that way. But if you can set things back, kind of like this piece over here, let me just find it. Look at how everything in the back, the black lines kind of lose their blackness, and it becomes more sort of a grayed out, if you can say that. Uh, Same thing here. Ooh. Even though it's a sketch, it still looks so epic. And I think they do add some kind of lighting with the soft brush, either a soft light or an overlay, to kind of make the rendering underneath a little more interesting. Oh wow, you can even see her skeleton. It's pretty cool. That's her boba tea right over here. Pretty cool. Oh, okay, so that's her actual mouth. Anyone interested? Um, Shit, she even has teeth inside. Oh my god, freaky. Oh wow. And I like how she has some teeth on the outside. But you know, she still has like actual lips, so no worries. Pretty cool. Cool concept. I like it. Uh, now this one is also a bit different. Like it doesn't have lines at all. Oh, I recommend the work of maybe Nataliia Paints or Tanalieku. Uh, because they have this sort of approach. Oh, they do draw it in the beginning, right? And then they delineate the shapes, the flats basically. And I'm assuming each area is kind of on its own layer, like the hair, the face, the eyes, to kind of make it easier to render. Because once they do add like this part, it's usually in like when they add the actual values and hues, it's usually on some kind of clipping layer that's clipped to the flats, right? But look at how the painting doesn't have textures. It's just like a it's all flat, no opacity, no like textures, just plain paint or shape. And then you get this. Ooh, look at that. Oh, Zelda, The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Interesting. I think it's a game. Um, Look at that. Ooh, come on, come on. You know, elves are very hot. Like I've never seen an ugly elf. Have you ever seen an ugly elf illustrated in a book, a movie, an anime? I don't think they can or allowed to be ugly. Because I've seen some creatures with long ears, but the only ugly ones are like orcs or something. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, pretty cool. So that's a more recent style, I guess, in their portfolio. Pretty cool, but yeah, they just have quite a bit of styles. The cutout effect style. They have the this sort of approach where it's kind of uh is it cell shaded? Maybe, I think so, but it's sort of combined with ink work a bit. Then you have this one where there are no lines at all, kind of like this one. And then you have well, this is similar to this one, I think. You know, I think this is also considered shell shading, right? Yeah, it's still like this one where the inks are apparent, and then you have oh, I like this part over here. It looks so cool. It's like a brain or something. Like these are the eyes, right? And the brain is sort of exposed. Pretty cool. And then you have the grayscale kind of. Oh, you have this too. Oh, it's still the inked kind of look with the cell shading, but it looks more like a cut out style kind of vibe for the colors anyway. Harlequin, so hot. Is she from Mad Max? The bald chick, the bald chick. Look at them, easy. And the grayscale stuff like this. Look at this, pretty cool, right? Wait, where is it? Yeah, I lost it, but let me go back. I'll just show you. Oh, this one, right? Like this style as well. This one, it's kind of a cut out style, but it has some line work combined. Same thing here. Ooh, Republic of Gamers. Ooh, the lighting is so cool. Oh, she's hot. Yeah, right. Okay, no lines. It's just all cut out, all shapes. This one, it has some line. But again, it's not pure black. Some parts you can still see how black it is, but there's some atmosphere added to the inks. Maybe that's the word or the wording I'm looking for. Um, for this kind of piece, look at how there's a little more atmosphere added. Right? Basically, the blacks in the black are not as black. So it sort of set things back and creates some sense of an environment or atmosphere. It makes the whole thing look less flat, basically. So that's kind of cool. Look at that. Yeah, this is the typical splash art you would see for games. Like League of Legends, those types of games. This one is more of a cutout filter, or cutout style, as I would call it. And yeah, everything else here is like the grayscale. Story type of vibe. Oh, look at the proportions, very exaggerated, but yeah, this guy can pretty much do everything. Painting, drawing, combining both, right? Super cool. So I will link this page in the description below. And yeah. Uh, looks kind of like Chun-Li or gothic Chun-Li. Yeah, cutout style. This one would have to be one of my favorites. This one is pretty cool too. This sort of zaddy angel guy with the zadess or the mommy vampire boba drinker angel chick. Um, both of these pretty cool. I think this one I like more. The spray crew, kind of hot, and yeah, this one definitely, and also this guy. This guy may be my first love of Shawn Lin's work. So I do recommend this artist. I will link this page again in the. Oh, this reminds me a lot of Ruan Jia. Okay, let me write their name, Ruan Jia. When it comes to their older art, anyway. So Ruan Jia. Yeah, that's it for this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.